How are you today?
Good. Tired a little bit.
You what?
I'm a little bit tired.
Yeah, well, it is the end of the week. Good morning, Jacob.
Morning.
You guys are Johnny on the spot. You ready to kick it in gear? Morning, Brianna.
Good morning.
Morning, Mackenzie. Morning, Brooke. Morning, Justin. We are going to start with our warm up this week and we'll turn it in once we're done. So make sure you do that. Morning, Dakota.
What's up?
It's Thursday. That's what's up. It's lovely, gloomy day out. Good day for a grilled cheese sandwich and tomato soup. It's a soupy day, I'd say. We'll wait a couple minutes, see if we can get some more people to come in. Morning, Caitlin. Morning, Bryce. We're just waiting for people to get in. We're going to wait till 47, then we're going to head to get our work done. Hi, Allison. Morning, Will. Morning, Carson. Okay, so I'm going to start the warm up, and then once we're done with it, please proofread that you have caps and ends, complete sentences, and then turn it into Google Classroom. And I kind of reorganized the Google Classroom, so when I present my screen, I'll show you that how I kind of reorganized it to hopefully make it a little user-friendly. So when I was reviewing some of the comments about the class, morning, Vern, I took some of your advice and I organized it by day. Excuse me. So since we're still in week 9, I kept that on here, but everything else that we did is under first quarter. So you're only going to see the first 10 assignments, and then anything else is below here. So just trying to get those assignments kind of pushed to the side so we're not, it's not becoming all jumbled and messed up. I did keep the classroom maintenance because I think those are important, so I left those there. But I organized it by week. So your warm up, I'll keep moving that up each week as needed. And then I've already started the week 1 of the second quarter. All these assignments that you see in here will be put on the second quarter. The only thing that I haven't got in Google Classroom, or not Google Classroom, PowerSchool yet is the backtrack. And I have graded them all. I just got to get them in there. So that will be the last and final thing that will be on the first 9 weeks. So if you have a question about that, put it in the chat, or you can unmic yourself and ask if you so desire. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull this up. And as soon as it loads and I'm able to show it to you, I will start the countdown. And please make sure you do these every day. I don't give you 2 minutes every day just to stare at the screen. It's so you can get your work done and get it in, and you don't have to worry about it at a different time. Most of you see that benefit, but I still have some people that are not doing it when I'm giving you the time. And then again, always proofread, caps and ends, complete sentences. Dates are always nice to kind of keep us organized. So just try to do that if you could. All right, so today's question is, what do you think wellness means? Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Remember, Google should not be a part of any warm-up question. It should be from you. If you want to go back in your notes and look, that's fine. It does not have to be correct to get your point. That's why Google should not be accessed. Whoops. 40 seconds. Remember, you're just doing the N1 question. That's it. "20 seconds. And then when you're done, please turn those in. I am giving the test to those that did not complete it today at 2 to 3. And Friday from 11 to 12. So if you were not here to take the assessment, you need to come to office hours to do so. And if you need the link, just email it to me and I can provide it. Okay, so we're going to start our new unit, and it's called Food Habits, a Lifestyle Choice. So we're first going to start with an assessment, but I want to kind of get your ideas of what you think wellness is. So what does that word mean to you? What did you write on your warm-up today about what is wellness?
Your state of mind and your health?
Okay. Anybody else have any ideas? Did somebody else find some words that might, work for this definition or what they believe it to be? Let's see. All right. Um, so as I do slideshows, um, it is about the content that you're going to be assessed on. So just keep that in mind as we kind of go through. So I try to underline things that are important. I don't always do that, but sometimes I do. And anything on a slide is noteworthy. So I don't always put all the information on a slide. Sometimes I just put like the most important things and then I talk about them. So just kind of listen as we go through, and then if you have questions, let me know. But wellness is on your test, so just keep that in mind. Basically, it's the state of being in good health. So I think that was Zach that chimed in. I'm not really sure, but yes, you were correct. It's also the quality of life, the satisfaction of how we look, our lifestyle, and how we respond to daily events are part of that. So what I want to do is I want to take kind of a little assessment. So if you just have like a scratch piece of paper or something that you could write on, you can kind of add up your score as we go. So I'm going to go to that in Google Classroom because you're going to turn this in. And it's under life assessment right here. And so you click on that. Now I do have the actual assessment. And so if I had a student that, lost his place or wasn't able to add them up or something, I was going too fast. Jeez. And so basically I have this here for anybody that needs it. But this is what you're going to open and fill out for me. So here we go. All right. So here's the directions, and I'll read this to you. This assessment will help you identify lifestyle choices that create health risk. So the sections that will be assessed are eating habits, exercise, fitness, stress management, tobacco use, alcohol and other drug use, and safety. You will complete one section at a time by picking a number corresponding to the answer that best describes your behavior. Then add up the numbers to determine your total score for each section. The higher your score, the lower your health risk. Answer the questions honestly. Your answers, this should say, will not be shared with anyone else. So don't worry. I am only going to see your total score, and I'm the only one that will see it. Okay. All right. So let's kind of go through and answer these questions. Use a little scratch piece of paper, and you'll add them all up at the end. So almost always is 3, sometimes is 2, almost never is 1, and never is 0. Okay. So this is the topic under eating habits. So I eat a variety of foods each day, such as fruits, vegetables, whole grain breads, cereals, lean meats, dried beans, or peanut butter and dairy products. So it's a 3, 2, 1, 0. Number 2, I limit fatty foods. Number 3, I limit the amount of salt used in cooking and at the table, and I avoid eating too much sugar by limiting consumption of non-diet soft drinks, candy, and other sweets. So your high would be a 12, and anything below that is possible as well. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next section. Exercise and fitness. So number 1, I maintain a healthy weight. It's either a 3, a 2, a 1, or a 0. If you don't know your weight, just tell me how you feel about it, and give me your best guess on a number. Number 2, I accumulate an average of at least 30 minutes of moderate to physical activity most days of the week. And number 3, I participate in individual, family, and our team activities. Just for some examples, swimming, tennis, baseball, that increase the level of fitness. And that would be a total of 9 or anything below 9. Okay, this one's on stress management. Number 1, I am relaxed and cheerful. Number 2, I find it easy to relax and express my feelings freely. Number 3, I recognize and prepare for events or situations likely to be stressful for me. Number 4, I have close friends, relatives, or others whom I can talk to about personal matters and call on for help when needed. And number 5, I participate in group activities or hobbies I enjoy. So again, a total of 15 or anything below. Okay, tobacco use or vaping. Number 1, I avoid smoking cigarettes or vaping. 2, I avoid use of smokeless tobacco products, which is chewing tobacco. So that one is either 6 or below. Alcohol and other drugs. Number 1, I avoid alcoholic beverages. Or 2, I avoid use of alcohol or other drugs as a way of handling problems in my life. So again, a total of 6 or anything below. Whoops, went the wrong way. Okay, make sure I did that right. Okay, this one's on safety. So number 1, I wear a seatbelt when driving or riding in a vehicle. 2, I avoid riding in a vehicle with a driver who is under the influence of alcohol or other drugs. Number 3, I obey traffic rules and speed.
I've got a question. How
Yeah,
is this related to nutrition?
you say what?
How is this related to nutrition?
Nutrition, that we're looking at like all the aspects of wellness because all of that has to do with nutrition. And one of them is
Like
physical.
driving does?
Well, we're I'm just introductory into nutrition. So eventually we're going to get really deep into it, but we want to look at kind of the aspects of wellness. And nutrition is part of that. So we're just doing a little self-assessment here.
Mm.
Okay. I can't remember where I was. I think it was on 3. So I obey traffic rules and speed limits when driving. 4, I am careful when using appliances or power tools. 5, I wear appropriate protective equipment such as helmets, pads when participating in sports and activities. So that again would be a total of 15 or anything below. And then your total points is 63. So if you got, all 3s on everything that you did, you'd be at 63 or anything below. And then I want you to go to the document I asked you to open. So that is, let me get out of this here. So that is your lifestyle assessment right here. And you just need to tell the score and then answer these questions. So what do you think your total health assessment score says about you? And then the second question is, what are some lifestyle changes you might make to improve your score? So let's say, take till like 10:05 to answer those. If you get done early, awesome. If you don't, do it in 5 minutes. You'll have extra time to finish up, but it shouldn't take you more than 5 minutes or less. So do that really quick, and then when you're done, go ahead and turn that into me, and I will get some scores out for that. if you are still working on your self-assessment questions, can you put a 1 in the chat? So I know. So everybody's done and has it turned in? Oh, okay. Okay, just checking. And remember, whenever you do work, and this doesn't necessarily go for my class, but it's, or this goes for my class and probably with all your other classes, is always write with complete sentences. I mean, you're in high school, so let's start, writing as if we've learned something all through our school career, and that we know capitals begin sentences and periods end them, and then there's a complete thought in there. So unless I say list something, always write in complete sentences. And if you can't do that, there may be deductions that are part of the assessment when I look over your assignments. So. Okay, you got about 1 more minute, try to finish up and then get that turned in. That would be one assignment in our new 9 weeks that I can check off and that you have it done. So Bryce, you were to add up each question. If you gave yourself a 3, 2, 1, or a 0 for each question, and then you added those up and gave me a score. The possible points are 63. The higher your score, you are considered, have a high standard of wellness. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and move on. And I'm just going to pull up my screen again here. So these are the things we're going to kind of talk about during this unit, and that is explain the physical, mental, social aspects of wellness, list factors that contribute to disease, predict how lifestyle choices you will make affect your health, and then describe the relationship between nutrition and health. Okay. All right. So you guys make choices every day that affect how you feel, think, and act, and you decide what you will eat, when you will sleep. You choose how physically active you'll be too. So your actions affect who you are now and the person that you will become. So it's your responsibility to make decisions that will benefit your health. How healthy will you be in 10 years from now? You could be healthier and in better physical shape than you are now. So choosing behaviors that promote health can have lifelong benefits. So, when you are 50, you could have, some people feel a lot younger at 50, and it's because they took good care of themselves and had some good health habits throughout their life. And so they feel quite young. All right. So now I want to look at this thing called it's called the wellness continuum, and how I like to have you guys look at it that might make better sense to you is like a timeline for health instead of a timeline of like your life events. This is like a timeline of wellness. Okay, so when we look at premature, that usually refers to death that occurs due to lifestyle behaviors that lead to fatal accidents or the formation of an unavoidable disease. Okay, so like when I think of premature, I think of like cancer, that it's sometimes it is unavoidable. So for example, if somebody was smoking, let's say, and got lung cancer, we're going to associate that behavior with that form of cancer. But sometimes you can't always pinpoint why a person has cancer. Okay, you can surmise that, it was genetics or it was their eating habits or, but as far as coming to an exact diagnosis as to like why this occurred, sometimes we can't be definitive on that. Optimal wellness is basically characterized by your peak physical, mental, and social well-being. So when we think of wellness, we think of those things: our physical health, which nutrition is part of that, our emotional health, and our mental. health. So those are all aspects of wellness. So your health status determines your place along the wellness continuum, premature, optimal. Being free from illness and having energy indicates that you have a high level of physical wellness. If you're able to cope with life's challenges and maintain stable relationships, you're exhibiting mental and social wellness. This means you probably fall near the optimal end. A short-term decline in any of these areas may temporarily move you towards the other end of the continuum. However, the key is your overall state of health most of the time, or your wellness point. So, for example, what would right now, what's going on right now, what part of wellness is that affecting, and why would that not have us right at the optimal health level? What do you guys think? What would be causing us not to be at the optimal level right now? Anybody out there?
Oh, I commented, but just sitting on our computers, not doing anything, like not being active or
Okay, good.
anything.
And that would be our physical health. What would be the coronavirus would be affecting us mentally, and that could be kind of stemming from sitting on the computer, but just not being able to do all the things that we normally do, and that can cause some issues too. So I think that some of us are not at that optimal level that we should be, and we normally are at this time of the year. No one can force you to change. Once you begin taking steps to improve your health, you will start to notice the benefits. You might feel stronger and more alert. You may begin to start feeling better about yourself. Maybe you will find it easier to cope with the daily stresses of life. So perhaps you will feel more satisfied with your performance at home or at school, work. Having optimal health will help you face the challenges of life. And so, I'm old, as I always say, and I've read a lot of things throughout the year. And one thing that I read that I think is important, and just to mention it during this time, is positive thinking. Whoops. If you are positive, and I know sometimes it's hard, I totally get it and I understand it, but if we are always down and we can never think of anything good about what life has to offer, then we're gonna be down, and we're not going to live to our fullest potential, because we always think that woe is me, I guess is what I would say. But if you can think of the positive things in life and focus on those, that's going to be more beneficial to you. Okay. So as I was reading throughout my life, there was this one thing that kind of resonated with me that I thought was interesting, and I thought I would share it with you. And you can put this to the test if at some point, if we get back into school, I'll test you on it. But this person said that negative self-talk really does influence your mind, and your mind is a strong tool. And they did this little experiment where they had a person close their eyes, and they asked them to put their arms out. So kind of like this, straight out. And they said, I'm going to ask you to say something 3 times, and then I'm going to push your arm down. And what I want you to do is resist me. Okay, so this person did this, and the person with their eyes closed had to state 3 times, I'm weak, I'm weak, I'm weak. And that other individual pushed their arm down without any trouble whatsoever. And then they were asked to do the same thing, only they were supposed to speak the words, I'm strong, I'm strong, I'm strong, I'm strong. And when they did those things, the arm was able to resist. And it just goes to show how strong your mind really is and what it's capable of. And that you need to think of more positively throughout your life, and that'll get you further. Okay, but negative self-talk doesn't do anybody any good at any time. So try to be positive if you can. And I know it's hard, I get it. Okay, so what I'm asking you to do on this next sheet in Google Classroom, it's called Lifestyle Choice for Wellness. And so I'll read you the directions, and then I'm going to ask you to go ahead and work on the assignment. Okay, so complete the left side of the chart below by listing lifestyle choices that would contribute to premature death. And I already gave you one if you were listening. Complete the right side of the chart by listing choices that would contribute to optimal health. And then try to include choices that relate to each of the aspects of wellness. So physical, mental, and social. And then I need you to answer these questions. When should people adopt healthful lifestyle practices? And explain your answers in complete sentences. And then 2, why do you think some people make lifestyle choices that can lead to premature death? And then the last one is, besides making healthful lifestyle choices, what steps can people take to promote good health? And the minimum is 5. You have to have at least 5. If you give me more than 5, I might be able to pop in some extra credit for you. So premature deaths, can anyone remember the one I gave already? Anybody remember that one? I can't see the chat, so. Anybody know what the first premature death I gave you was? Jacob, do you remember? Yes, thank you. All right, and then optimal health wellness. Does somebody have one for that one, just to kind of get us going? Anybody have one for that? How about Allison? Do you have one that you could offer as a suggestion for optimal health?
I don't know.
Oh, well, Jacob has a suggestion, physical activity. That would be a perfectly good one.
Yeah.
Okay, so I started you out for your premature death, your optimal health. So go ahead and fill that out and then answer those questions. And then I'm going to check back here at 10:20, so to see how you're doing. Okay, you got about 1 more minute. Try to finish up if you can. I would wait to turn it in because I'm going to go over it if you want to make sure your answers are relevant to the point value, and then that's up to you. If if you can remember what you wrote, then I would turn it in for sure. At 25, we're going to go over it, so hopefully you'll be ready. Okay, so let's see. Carson, can you tell me, besides cancer, what is one other thing you put under premature death?
Yeah, I said smoking.
Okay, awesome. And then what about, let's see, Mackenzie, what's another idea that you had under premature death?
I said eating fast food a lot.
Okay, so high fat diet. Yep, good job. And then one more, Justin, what did you have under premature death?
So it would be just like staying inside, not even going out, basically just
Okay, so you're talking about a sedentary lifestyle where you don't do a whole lot.
pretty much.
Okay, thank you. Okay, and then tell me, besides physical activity, what else did you have under optimal health? How about Jacob?
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Having some friends to talk to.
Oh, excellent. Perfect. Let's hear from Will. Give me one that you had for optimal health. Will Hewitt.
Yeah.
What is one thing that you had for optimal health?
That's for the chart.
Yes.
I haven't gotten to that yet.
Okay. How about Bryce? What's one thing you had? Are you there, Bryce? Okay, not doing drugs. Good. Awesome. Okay. So then you went down and answered some questions. So what do you think about when should a person adopt a healthy lifestyle practice? When do you think that should happen? Caitlin Lamb, when do you think that should happen?
As early as possible.
And why do you say that?
So they have it when they're older,
Have what?
a healthy lifestyle.
Oh, okay. Okay, number 2, thank you. Why do you think some people make lifestyle choices that can lead to premature death? Why do you think that is? How about Isabella? Why do you think some people make lifestyle choices that can lead to premature death?
Maybe because of the people they're around.
Okay. So are you talking about peer pressure?
Yeah.
Okay, do you guys know what your number one killer is in the US? What's killing your age group more than anything else? Do you know? Not bullying. Who just said that? Dakota?
Yeah.
Okay, you are right. Accidents are the number one killer for your age group. So making rash decisions, not being knowledgeable about maybe everything that you should be does lead to you having that as your number one killer. Do you know What type of accident is the number one? Like, for example, is it drowning?
It's a car crash, right?
Right, car crash, right. And probably because you lack experience and, you know, you sometimes make rash decisions or don't think things through well enough, which is causing that to be the number one killer for your age group. Besides making healthful lifestyle choices, what steps can people take to promote good health? So, how could you promote good health, or how could somebody promote good health? What could they do? Brianna, what do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. I forgot about the questions at the end.
Oh, you did. Make sure you answer them.
I am.
Okay. Brooke, what do you think on that one? What steps can people take to promote good health? Are you there, Brooke?
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
You can not do drugs and drink alcohol and stuff and have a balanced diet.
Okay, very good. Thank you. All right. So awesome. So what I need you to do is just make sure I get that into Classroom so I can grade it over the weekend and put in your first new grade for the new 9 weeks. And we all want to start out on a good note. So my best advice to you is when I have you do work in class, do it. Because then you don't have homework, you know it's done, you don't have to worry about that. Okay? So try to always do that. I also have one final assignment, and I want you working on it for the next 15 minutes. And that is the going into Google Classroom is the monkey bread. So I'm going to talk about who, if they're done and all caught up with their class material, can exit because I already have your monkey bread. Some people are just super sonically fast or do assignments ahead of when they were supposed to be due. So monkey bread was one that I kept pushing back because we were doing something and I didn't want to add more to your plate. So under monkey bread is your teacher demo. Here's the monkey bread YouTube. There was one individual in this class that went online and just Googled it. That's not how we do demo sheets. Notice it says teacher demo. So that means I'm demonstrating it and you're filling out the sheet accordingly. So if you Googled it, and hopefully you know who you are, you need to stick around because you will not be excused because your sheet is incomplete. Okay? So this is due tomorrow, Friday, but I want you working on it for 15 minutes. We have that time together. So these are people that can exit. Vern, I'm good with you. As long as you're done with the 2 sheets we did today, you got to be done with those 2. Nick, Isabel, Lily, Caitlin Lamb, Mackenzie, Brooke, Matthew, and hold on, and Dakota. Bryce, you need to look at your assignment. And that's what I want you to finish out the class with today is that demo page. But you need to be here doing it until 10:45 when we are excused. Okay, so I'm taking attendance at that time. I've already excused those individuals that had it done early. So that's your plus that you get today. Those that didn't finish early, it's not considered a negative. I mean, we do have till 10:45. They just happen to do their assignment early. So let's have you work on it. And at 10:45, I'll come on and I'll say a few final words and then you'll be able to leave. But let's get that demo page done and get it in, and then no homework for the weekend. Okay, do you guys have any questions or anything on the demo page or anything for the good of the order for today? You're all good? Okay, so just, you got about 3 minutes and then you can depart. Thanks, Brianna. Appreciate your input. Thank you, Zach. Oh, good, Jacob. Awesome. Just make sure, for your directions, Jacob, I might do bullet points or numbers. And then just make sure that your directions go right along with the ingredients, like in a consecutive order that way. Just some advice. Hey, Zach, do you think putting my assignments in weekly is going to be a little less cumbersome? I hope so. If you can think of anything else for me, let me know, Mr. Tech Genius. Okay, Bryce. Hasta la vista. Have a great weekend. Hey, Carson. Are you the one that was asking me about nutrition?
No,
Oh,
I think that was Dakota.
that's what I couldn't tell. You guys kind of sound similar, but okay.
Yeah, no, I wasn't questioning it.
You're just going with the flow.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yep.
Okie dokie. Thanks for sticking around and working on your assignment, and try to get that in by Friday. And then remember, I collected the warm-ups. Those are due Friday. And the 2 worksheets we did in class, even though they're not due until Monday, I would try to get them in. So thanks for sticking around, guys. I'll talk to you later. You too, Brianna.